pushing myself to finish this part, can handle a lot. One thing I'm missing is in your eyes, 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 in your eyes. Have you seen this film? It reminds me of walking through the avenues, washing my hands, attachments, yeah, land on the ground. One thing I'm missing is in your eyes, 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 in your eyes.
I was blessed last night to be able to spend some time with Steve and Lindsay's families. It was wonderful to be included in such a caring and loving community, and I was struck by the sense of gratitude that was all around the table. Gratitude at a wonderful community, emerging families, and the relationships that have been built and strengthened by years spent together. Everyone at the table was committed to the long-term support of one another. And that was a beautiful thing to behold. Community is the reason that we have ceremonies to celebrate the commitment of marriage. Lindsay and Steve could have chosen to get married anywhere with a small group of people or a justice of the peace. They could have not stopped their life to sacramentalize and make this moment holy. But they did. They could have had just a big party and skipped over everything, but there is value in this moment and taking sacred moments of ritual in our lives. So we thank you for being a part of it. We're all here together because we are the chosen support networks of Lindsay and Steve, our friends. We are friends and family and loved ones. And it is my sincere hope that by choosing to be here to share in this blessed moment, we each commit to supporting them through the inevitable ups and downs during their lives together. It is in this way that we share in and continue to help build their love. Steve, I've known Lindsay for a long time, and I think that we have mutually impacted each other's life for the better. I've known you for a much shorter time, but I can honestly say that I hope Lindsay has impacted your life as clearly and wonderfully as you have impacted hers. You and I have spent very little time together, and I hope that over the years we can change that, but it is clear and obvious how much you and Lindsay love and respect one another. It's wonderful that you've found each other and you've chosen to commit to a lifetime of growing and learning and loving together. So we come here today not to mark the start of a relationship, but to recognize a bond that already exists. This marriage is one expression of many, many varieties of love that have been and will be to come. It's fitting in this moment to briefly speak about love. We live in a world of joy and fear and sometimes despair, and we search for meaning and strength in the seeming disorder. A wedding is a wonderful moment of hope, and it flies in the face of what some people may think about the world we live in today. We discover the truest guide in our life quest when we realize love in all of its magnitudes. Love, the eternal force of life. Love allows us to face fear and uncertainty with courage and hope. But the giving of yourself in love is difficult. You must learn to give of your love without total submission of yourself. Therefore, in your giving, give your joy, your sadness, your interest, your understanding, your knowledge, your whole self, wholeheartedly. But in this giving, remember to preserve yourself, your integrity, your individuality, your sense of spirit, your unique voice in your own approach to the world. This is the challenge of love within marriage. We can be whole as one. We can sometimes be more whole as two. But we can also lose ourselves as we become more integrated. So I challenge you to maintain your individuality and grow as a couple through all of your years together. Love is the force which begins true relationship. And that love, along with a commitment and a choice, will build a bond of marriage to last a lifetime. Lindsay and Steve, you are marrying because you enjoy one another's company and because you want to be together. You are marrying because each of you can grow in your own humanity and in love more fully while sharing your lives. You're marrying because you can be more alive together than you can apart. Keep this understanding of your marriage fresh and alive in the days ahead. In marriage, a family comes into being. And from what I can see, you've got a great one. Be joyful in your family. Bring to your family an appreciation of the beauty of each other. Bring to your family a sense of comfort and strength. Bring to your family a joy and a thankfulness for being together. And bring to your family a sense of humor and humility throughout the years that lie ahead of you. Marriage is a beautiful state of being. Bring to it joy. Bring to it the joy of this moment and the fear and the nudging anxieties. Remember it forever. Now is the moment to really live in the sacredness of one another. That means you. And honor each other by being present with your hearts and your minds as you begin a lifetime of marriage together. We're going to offer a statement of intent, and the appropriate response at the end of this statement is, yes, I do. Pretty much anything else gets me in trouble, so don't do it. Do you, Steve, do you come before this gathering of friends and family to proclaim your love and devotion for Lindsay? Do you promise to affirm her, respect her, and care for her during times of joy and hardship? Do you commit yourself to share your feelings of happiness and sadness? Do you pledge to keep yourself wholly for each other and from all others?
Yes, I do.
Lindsay, do you come before this gathering of friends and family to proclaim your love and devotion for Steve? Do you promise to affirm him, respect him, and care for him during times of joy and hardship? Do you commit yourself to share your feelings of happiness and sadness? Do you pledge to keep yourself wholly for each other and from all others? That was an I do.
I really do.
And all of you who have come to witness this commitment and uphold Steve and Lindsay, will you hold Steve and Lindsay in your hearts? Will you love them and affirm them, respect and support them, and care for them during times of joy and difficulty? Will you build an unshakable foundation of community around them and nourish their love with yours? All right, we're going to try that. The phrase I believe was unshakable foundation. Let's try that one again. Will you, as a community, hold Steve and Lindsay in your hearts? Will you love and affirm them, respect and support them, and care for them during times of joy and difficulty? Will you build an unshakable foundation of community around them and nourish their love with yours? We will. That was we will. There's a lot of we wills in there.
They will. Don't worry about it.
Steve and Lindsay have chosen to write their own vows, and they're going to share them at this time.
I'm going to start with a piece of a quote. For today is mere formality, only an announcement to the world of feelings long held and promises made long ago in the sacred space of our hearts. Our love is old and strong, and it runs so deeply through my soul that I feel anchored and connected to you in a way that only you can understand. I've loved you all the days that I've known you, and I always will.
Babe, you know me better than anyone else in this world, and still somehow you managed to love me. My best friend and one true love. You're still part of me today that I can't believe. No one that gets married. I believe in you, the person you will grow to be, and the couple we will be together. My whole heart, I take you as my wife, acknowledging and accepting your faults and strengths as you do mine. Most importantly, you are the love of my life, and you make me happier than I could ever imagine. I'm more loved than I ever thought possible. I'm truly blessed to be a part of your life, which as of today becomes our life together.
Woo! That comes later. I've got a program here. Stick with it, please. Do you have the rings?
Well, I don't.
From the earliest times, the circle has been a symbol of completeness, a symbol of committed love. An unbroken and never-ending circle symbolizes a commitment of love that is also never-ending. As often as either of you looks at this symbol, I hope you will be reminded of the commitment of love that you make today. Steve, will you repeat after me? Lindsay, I give you this ring.
Lindsay, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my commitment.
As a symbol of my commitment.
To love, honor, and respect you for all of our days.
To love, honor, and respect you for all of our days. Little tight.
Lindsay, will you repeat after me? Steve, I give you this ring.
Steve, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my commitment.
As a symbol of my commitment.
To love, honor, and respect you for all of our days.
To love, honor, and respect you for all of our days.
By the authority granted to me by the Community of Christ and the Province of British Columbia, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. I am very privileged and grateful and touched to be able to introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Lindsay and Steve Basso.